What is up, hated fam? Welcome back over to the channel. I know it's been a little while, life's been kind of busy, but today we are going to install some Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors to replace the Amazon ones that we have that don't have power fold. I really want my power fold back, so I pulled the trigger on some Boost ones. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let me show you what you're going to need, and then we'll just get this install over and done with. Alright, so you don't have to have power tools. I mean, it helps, makes things quicker. I'm going to use power tools because I can. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pick or a small flathead screwdriver of some sort. You're going to need a Phillips bit, T20 Torx, and some plastic trim tools, and then of course you're going to need your mirrors. There's one. The other one's still in the box. We'll see it shortly. Okay, so first things first here. Okay, so you're going to take your trim tool, and if you can with the trim tool, no, I guess we're going to use the pick for this one. You're just going to put the pick in behind there and pop this little plastic cover off here, which gives you access to the Phillips bolt that is hanging out there, holding everything on. We'll take our Phillips bit, pull the handle out of the way, take that screw out, and then with one of our trim tools here, we're just gonna pop this guy out and take that out of there so that there's nothing in the way when we try to take this panel out. Okay, next thing you're gonna need is a T20 Torx bit. That's gonna be so you can remove all of these guys. Let's just get into that and we will get them out of the truck. Guess we're going to need to use the pick for this. Just put a pick or a small screwdriver you'll need it just to help pull the screws out. So we got one out, and now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do all the other ones. Alright, with those out, I'm going to go ahead and pop off all the little rubber rings that are there for the screws, or sorry, they're plastic. Take them out just so that you don't lose any of them. Also take this little plastic cover off, it sits up in the corner. This corner here exposes all the bolts so that you can get the mirror out. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to grab and lift up and away, and be mindful of your door lock here. Oh, I guess we missed a step. You need to take your trim tool here, pop your buttons off, disconnect, get this out of the way. There you go. Door panel is out. One more piece that I forgot to mention that you're going to need is you're going to need a 10mm socket so that you can actually undo the bolts and get your mirror loose. There. Pop out 2 clips. And then you're going to want to support the mirror so that it doesn't just fall to the ground. There you have it. One mirror. Alright, so now that you got the old mirror out of the way, you can take your new one, and I would advise taking one of your nuts so that it holds you with your mirror. While you've got the mirror off, I would suggest, especially if you were using Amazon ones before, like I was, because the Amazon ones don't seal all that well. They work. They're a good budget-friendly option, but if you live in a place where I do, like That's from the winter, so we're gonna get something and we're gonna clean that up real quick before we go any further with this. Okay, so we're gonna take our Jack's Wax Super Citrus All-Purpose Cleaner. I'll leave a link down in the description of where you can get yours, along with the discount code. Save you a little bit of cash when you put through your order. We're just gonna spray it on a nice clean microfiber. Yeah, see that? See that nastiness? You don't want that there when we're putting nice, fresh, clean, brand new mirrors on this truck. So just spray some on the microfiber. There we go. Now we got a nice clean surface for our new mirrors. Now, just like with the removal process, I would recommend taking one of the nuts when you're putting the new mirror in. Just take one of the nuts so that when you hold the mirror in, you can just screw it on so that you can do this by yourself. You don't need a second set of hands to do it. And let's get this mirror on. Okay, so we've got the one bolt on there, just finger tight. We're gonna put the other two nuts on, get them started. And we'll put them on with the impact. Okay, all that's left to do now is take our connectors, and we're just going to connect them in down below here. Let's move you in closer. So they just connect here into this module. One and two. Just like that, everything is completely connected. The only thing that I still need to do is, you'll notice I've got this piece here. It's because I am set up to have my mirrors function as running lights as well as a signal light. So I'm just going to have to go back, find the instructions for doing that, and I'm just going to have to make a splice into one of these wires so that we can actually get that connection going. But what we're going to do for the time being is I'm going to run inside, grab some keys. Gonna run inside and grab the keys here real quick, just so that we can make sure that the signal light is at least working before we go and tear into the wiring to make it work as a running light. Alright, so let's give it a test here. Very good. So as you can see, our signal light is working just fine, which is what we wanted to see. So that means I can check the wiring from the old mirror. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys. So here's the harness. It's labeled up as to what our wires are. Yeah, we just got to sort out which one we got to cut, and then we're going to make it happen. Okay, so before we go and finish with our little wiring harness down here so that we can make the signal lights function as running lights as well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug our window switch panel back in. And we're going to check to make sure we have power fold. So when we press the power fold button, Look at that. Just like from factory. So now that we know that that works, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take this back off, and we're going to make our little wiring harness here. We're going to make that work. So, the way that works is so we have our little T-harness down here, and what we're going to do with the T-harness is we're going to make a splice into the blue wire on this black connector. If it's a factory mirror, I believe it's a different color wire. It's the second one from the bottom, so in our case it is the blue one here. And the best part about this is because of the connectors that you're using, this is fully reversible, and you can go back to having them set as factory if you wanted to. So we're going to take our wire cutters, and strip off a little bit of the jacket so that we can actually get access to the wire. Go figure. I do apologize for the wind noise. I do need to get an actual mic at some point, so you'll just have to bear with me for now. So there, we got those stripped. And we're labeled, one's labeled mirror, one's labeled black box. So this mirror one here, we've got a male end, so we're going to need to put a female. Female connector on the mirror end of this wire. So we've got our female connector there. We're going to put a male on the other one, because the one labeled black box is a female. So on the black box side, we're going to put a male connector. And then plug the black box end into that side of the wire. Plug the one that says mirror into the mirror side. Got all our connections nice and tight. We're going to take our black plug, plug our black plug back in, and then we should have functioning signals and running lights. And we're going to test that right now just to find out. Alright, so double check, make sure the signal is signaling. So there's your signal light there. And then if we go over here, we'll shut the signal off, turn our lights on, and just like that, we've got functioning running lights. So that means that was a total success. Cool. So the only thing we have left to do now is put the panel back on and get everything put back together, and then do the other side of the truck. So it's going to be the same thing, just in reverse order, so let's get to it. Okay, so we ran out of memory card space in that last video, so we're going to complete putting the truck back together by showing you the reinstallation of the door panel and everything on the passenger side now that we've got that done. So let's just get into it. You guys kind of already know what's going on, so we'll just set you up there, and yeah, let's start putting this truck back together. Once again, you just get everything lined up, and just like that, it slides back in. Make sure that you don't lose your cable for your window controls down in behind the panel, because then you have to take it off again, but not a big deal. Now that you got all that done up, you take your little plastic dewies, just go in here. And then you can put screws back in them. And you don't have to use power tools, hand tools are fine. I like power tools, so I'm using power tools. Alright. And there you have it. The door panel is assembled, put back together. There we go. Now we've got some Boost Auto Parts OEM spec replacement mirrors on this truck. So once again, I'll show you quickly with the running lights. So there's your signal. The other side does it too, obviously. And then you've got your solid running light there. And then the part that I'm super glad to have back is you got that power folding, which I was missing before. I'm super glad I am no longer missing it. So there you go. That's the install of some Boost Auto Parts power folding tow mirrors for trucks that are already equipped with power folding, as well as doing a quick conversion to make these running lights as well as signal lights. What I should point out is you can't just do what I did and just make a splice and think it's going to work to do the conversion like that. There is actually other wires that I do have run that I did long before I started doing YouTube, so I can't really just show you the rest of that. However, if you check out JHD Lighting and Designs, that's who I got my my kit from. You can get it even if you don't have tow mirrors. It does work on any of the Ram trucks that have signal lights in the mirrors, even if it's just the sports style mirrors with the signal light down here. You can get that kit and it will work. It will convert your truck to having functioning running lights as well as signal lights. But again, there you have it. There's the install of some Boost Auto Parts mirrors on my truck. I really appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to stick around to check out any future videos. Peace.